Life well spent. Presented by Geico.
Dads are a constant source of good advice and corny jokes, so you should celebrate yours with a meaningful gift. Although your chances of winning the Powerball are 1 in 175 million, these 5 crazy expensive Father's Day gifts would be worth the splurge if you ever find yourself with that winning ticket. With the right tools, Dad can fix anything. This Milwaukee M18 toolkit comes with a bandsaw, hammer driver drill, and power base for the do-it-yourself dad. This powerful toolkit will set you back $4,179. If Dad is planning to spend Father's Day relaxing on the green, this gift is sure to please. Treat Dad to this Prada nylon golf bag worth $2,385. It's time to show Dad how much he really means to you. Give Dad this steel and yellow gold Rolex Sky Dweller watch costing a steep 17 grand. Here's a fancy gift your dad is sure to bring to the office. This Brooks Brothers brown ballpoint pen and cufflink set is made with genuine alligator and costs $1,200. Does Dad like a nice cigar? This box of 100 Nicaraguan warped Maestro del Tiempo cigars costs $1,050. Although it would be nice to give Dad these amazing gifts, maybe save the 30 grand and tag along with Dad doing something he loves instead. That quality time together is priceless.
Coinage. Life well spent. Presented by Geico. Coinage. Life well spent. Presented by Geico.
We've all dreamt of soaring to the stars, feeling the rush of G-forces and the thrill of zero gravity. The promise of space tourism seeks to make this all a reality for the masses in the not-so-distant future. Let's take a look at the players in the space tourism game and how much it would actually cost for a ticket to your very own spaceship. Spacecraft manufacturer SpaceX announced earlier this year that it would be sending 2 space tourists on a trip around the moon in 2018. The unnamed travelers dropped a significant deposit for the journey. And while CEO Elon Musk won't reveal the cost, he compared the price to a trip to the International Space Station, estimated to be between $58 and $81 million. Travel agency Space Adventures claims that the cost would be double that. The company has already sent several civilians to the space station and plans to take tourists around the moon by 2020 with the massive price tag of $175 million a seat. Looking for a more affordable option and maybe a lot more anxiety? Hop into a capsule attached to a helium-filled balloon that takes you 20 miles above the Earth's surface. Worldview is offering this 5 to 6 hour space tour for only $75,000. No training necessary. Self-proclaimed the world's first space line, Virgin Galactic promises to send future astronauts way up into weightlessness with a front row view of planet Earth for the price of $250,000. After 3 days of pre-flight preparation, you'll be ready to blast off. Plan to hop aboard the New Shepard from Blue Origin for an 11-minute ride into the heavens. This 6-passenger vehicle with soft reclining black leather seats will take space tourists 62 miles above the planet for a quick yet spectacular peek into our galaxy. No cost has been announced just yet, and there are no bathrooms, so be sure to tinkle before you take off.
Coinage. Life well spent. Presented by Geico. Coinage. Life well spent. Presented by Geico.
On average, newlyweds spend over $26,000 on their weddings. However, for some couples, their lavish extravaganzas triple the national median simply because of the venue. From barns to renting your own private seafood restaurant, here are 5 of the most expensive wedding venues in the United States. One of the largest museums in the country, the Boston Museum of Fine Arts, costs around $100,000 for 100 guests. This price
Walt Disney had long dreamed of taking the art of animation beyond that of a simple moving comic strip. On the eve of November 13th, 1940, and in the very same theater where Mickey Mouse made his debut only a dozen years before, Walt's dream came true. A 3-year effort to marry film graphics to classical music had been completed just 2 days before the world premiere. The New York Times called the result motion picture history, simply terrific. The film was Fantasia.
Includes a site rental fee, a variety of food,
It's time for the show that brings the magic right to your speakers. Ears up!
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. We're back for another rousing edition of the Ears Up podcast. My name is Jason, of course, and with me, as always, is Terrence.
What up?
With me sometimes is Taryn.
Hi.
And then with us again is Beverly.
Hello. Yay.
The great Beverly is back in the studio, everybody. We missed you very much, Beverly.
Thank you.
Taryn probably missed you more than I did.
I'm sure she did.
I definitely did.
I missed her way more than I missed you.
I'm okay with that. That's what happens when, one person shares... Two
half
people
a
share
brain.
one brain.
Two people share half a brain.
Two people share half a brain. Right. It's tough on everybody,
You know what?
especially me.
We do it well. That's true.
Not gonna lie,
That's a
you guys
good
kind of
brain.
do.
You guys do something. I don't know what it is. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. I believe this is show 96, of course, gearing up for our 100th show. We just had our what was probably very productive meeting about the 100th show.
Probably.
Probably not.
I don't know. Apparently, I was late.
Bev was late, but that's fine. It's okay.
She wasn't really late.
I was told it was after the show.
She was late, Taryn.
We did the meeting earlier.
Taryn, I'm the boss. She was late.
Okay.
She was late for the early meeting.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Today on the show, we're going to talk about our experience at Run Disney. Most of us. Did you just do the sign of the cross when we talked about Run Disney?
I didn't, but I wish I had now at this
Okay,
point. No, I almost knocked over my glass.
Oh my God, I
That would've
can't never
been
do
tragic.
that. Don't do that. Yeah, most of us, meaning myself and Taryn and Bev, went to...
No.
Bev didn't, and
Bev
Taryn.
sure didn't run.
And Taryn.
That's me.
Went to the Run Disney thing in Disneyland on September 1st. We did the 5K because... Well, I don't know.
Because we did the 5K and it was great.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with it.
5,000 miles.
We did 5,000
crazy.
miles.
5,000 miles.
And I would run 5,000 miles.
That's a good one.
It was.
Just to be the anyway, and that was really cool. So we're going to talk about that and kind of encourage everybody to do it because it was a lot of fun. I had a good time. We also met Jeremy from Spectral Radio for the first time, and that was a lot of fun.
That might have been my favorite part of the entire weekend.
I'm just, for now, I'm just assuming that that's what you get when you go to the Run Disney. You hang out with Jeremy from Spectral Radio. Yeah, you get your own personal Jeremy.
That's the only part.
He's like a plaid, but
that makes me sad. I mean, I'm still not sad I didn't run.
Right.
But I'm sad I wasn't there, maybe cheering you guys on from the side.
Which you can do, by the way. There's like cheering sections.
Yeah, but you guys got up really early.
And you got
The alarm went off at 3:30.
Oh, no. And you got to pay to stand there?
You got to pay.
Yeah. Hell no.
Yeah, do you know how many people there were?
like 8, dude.
6.
Yeah. It's pretty bad. But anyway, that was it was a lot of fun. And of course, our friend Charlie, who did the announcements, he does our voiceovers, stuff like that for this show. He was there too. We ran with him and his family, and I don't know, it was a lot of cool experiences to be had. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. Of course, do some Disney news, and that's about it. It's going to be a fun. It's going to be a fun show. Let me find my notes here, my friends, as if I don't know what else I'm going to say right now. You can find us on iTunes. Go rate us on iTunes. It helps somehow, I guess. We're pretty good on iTunes right now. We have like 75 ratings or something.
That's what I should have done since we didn't really have feedback. I should have rated that and read some of those.
Alert.
But
Yeah.
oh, sorry. But
Just kidding, Taryn.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's okay. It's fine. You're fired. TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, all that kind of stuff. We're all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. You can send feedback. Taryn apparently is begging for feedback.
I need all the feedback.
She needs all the feedback. Apparently not from me, because I give her negative feedback.
Yeah, I don't want that feedback.
Okay. Send feedback to Taryn, Taren. Any compliments for anything at all. It could be on the show, could be on the man himself, it could be on your neighbor's, topiary. Who knows? Terrence, you can say hi to Bev, and anything else comes to me, and everybody is at earsup-podcast.com, but don't actually spell out the word hyphen. It's just the hyphen, right? Okay. It's
a good thing you...
That's a joke. We have a Disney blog, which I have yet to do, my animation, classics animation review or whatever. I have yet to do that again.
I think you're worse than this at me. Or worse at this than me.
How long
I know, and if it was one of us, you would be yelling at us.
How long is it?
I'm a real yeller.
There'd be emails.
There'd be emails.
There'd be angry emails.
Yeah.
Yes. Strongly worded emails.
Capitalized emails.
Look, I have a lot of important things to do during the day, and I know you guys don't.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, especially now that Destiny 2
I know. I
came
wasn't
out.
even going to call it out. I was just
play a lot of
staring at
Destiny.
you.
Look, I need to get to 280 light level, dude, so I can start rating. Because
I thought you beat it already.
It's
You did
Destiny
say that.
2 is more about more about in-game content than the actual storyline. I beat the storyline. Duh.
Anyway,
I literally don't care.
You can support us however you want to do that by the following ways. You can go to our Amazon link on our homepage there and do all your shopping from Amazon, and that helps us buy, cords and all the kind of stuff that you need to replace all the time to keep a studio running. We also have reoccurring donations. You can do PayPal if you want, if you're a PayPal kind of person, or you can go to Patreon. That's patreon.com/earsup, I believe, and then you can register. It's basically a monthly crowdfunding site where you can sign up for what's going on?
I thought you had a dog for a second.
I thought something was dying.
No, it's one of my stupid cats probably crying because they don't have food, but whatever. They'll figure it out eventually. They'll start eating each other. You go to patreon.com/earsup, and then you sign up for our monthly rewards, and you can go for anywhere from $2 a month to, $30 a month, and you just get a bunch of stuff at different levels, and it's a fun way to support us, and it's fun for us to give back to you, and no, it's a good time. Okay. You can also go to getcoveears.com. You can buy churro shirts over there, which TeePublic no longer has the churro shirts. Apparently, we were flagged for trademark infringement by Disney, and I was emailing TeePublic. First of all, they had told me it was a DCMA or DMCA takedown, which is basically like copyright thing and whatever. So there's a very specific thing that you have to do to respond to try to like fight that with Disney. So I did this whole thing, and then I'm still emailing back and forth with TeePublic, and then they go, "Oh, actually, no, you were flagged for trademark. Sorry, there's nothing you can do." And I'm like, so I've been waiting here this whole time trying to push this forward, and it's not even the right thing. I'm really disappointed in you guys.
Wow. Okay.
So I was a little pissed about that. But they're like, yeah, unless you have like $250,000 to give us, we can't. We don't have money to fight Disney. And I'm like, dude, we're not. It's a castle.
Right.
But apparently, if you do research, which who does that, Disney will hammer anybody selling a castle silhouette like thing.
Wow.
So there you go.
But like, it doesn't make any sense because how can you copyright a castle?
I guess it's just a silhouette.
Well, what it is you have to, when you own a trademark, you have to defend your trademark, even from things that aren't necessarily infringing. You have to go after them, because if you don't, then people are going to start using it, and then it kind of waters down your John.
Yeah, I mean, I see that. I just feel like a castle is a very generic thing.
I mean,
not to mention, like, their castle is a replica of something else.
Sort not exactly, but I mean, you know, our churro shirt is,
Which is why the Mattercorn would be a great idea, because that's a real place.
But see, at the same time,
Can't trademark a mountain.
at the same time, you know, the silhouette shirts of the castle that says home on them. Yeah, those are on TeePublic right now. So it's kind of strange that we're the ones
Really?
that get. Yeah.
send me that link, because
I'll do it right now.
I will email the legal team at TeePublic and be
Because those are
like,
even
hey,
more
what's up?
obvious.
And that's like that's a blatant Disneyland castle.
I can't wait to see this. I'm
They're
refreshing my
they're
email.
probably listeners,
Yeah, just give me a
and we're
second.
going to get them taken down.
Yeah,
They're going to be like, really?
Well, yeah, but you know what? I'm sorry if anybody's getting taken down for this, but we're getting taken down for it. And if you have a rule, it should apply to everybody or should apply to nobody. I don't understand.
It's true.
I'm refreshing my email, Terrence.
Sending it right now.
Nice. I can't wait for this. Anyway, so you can still buy, which is ironic because I've just read an article about how Disney is starting to kind of go easier on fan sites that sell like fan merch. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, huh, okay. But our turkey leg shirt is still up on TeePublic.
Right.
Which is the same darn thing.
But it's probably the popularity of the churro shirt kind of a thing.
But how would Disney know?
Because
Maybe they get reports from TeePublic.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe they get reports from people walking around the park and seeing that.
I had the last time I wore mine, I had Disney employees were like, "That's such a cool shirt.
Yeah.
Where did you get it?" And I was like, churroshirt.com.
Churroshirt.com, bruh. See, look, I know this makes for bad radio, but I don't care. I'm going to email this dude right now.
Right now? You
Right
don't want
now.
to think about what the words you're going to use?
No.
Hey, Josh.
Oh, good.
Oh, jeez.
It's a group email. Sound it out.
Stop. I want to. I saw this on your site just now, which seems like more of a trademark issue than my churro shirt design. Paste. There we go. I should probably spell just right.
He's going to like offer you a job now to like fork comb through the site and find all the Disney infringement now.
Well, he should. Well, really, and then I'll just send it to Terrence because Terrence has a lot of free time.
Well, fortunately, if you do want a churro shirt, you can go to Ameza online and find our churro shirt there for $20.
Stop.
Do not go to Ameza online.
No, you go to earsup-podcast.com.
I thought you went to
or getcoviers.com or churroshirt.com.
Churroshirt.com.
Pretty much just go to getcoviers.com for the churro shirts. That's the only place to get them. And
Yeah.
we are ordering more. Oh, we also have an Etsy store. So those two spots are the only places that you can buy churro shirts officially. Getcoviers.com. Our Etsy store, Ears Up Podcast, or whatever it is. I'm in the process of ordering more, and I'm actually going to be ordering some in women's.
Yay!
So that's going to be fun for me. Maybe some juniors. I don't know. We'll see. What's up, Terrence?
Bro.
Are you in a
Just
a
stop.
hole?
Stop. It happens every single episode.
I'm so mad. Sorry.
I know.
About what?
About
He's finding-
everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. They're everywhere now.
They're everywhere.
We really need to watermark that thing.
Yes. This is
Well, now I could do it
Yeah.
on the churro. So I'll tell you what, Terrence, everyone you see, just send them an email. This is what I've had to do since day one.
But not now.
But
'Cause
not
we're
now.
recording.
Yes.
because you'll hear the get louder and louder for everyone I email. Oh,
Yeah, tell me about it, bro.
sorry.
On
Anyway,
Monday at our other job, I sent Jason a message and I was like, "Stop typing so loud."
Angry typing.
it's hard, man. Anyway, so do that. Buy covers also, because covers are cool too, not just churro shirts, but covers are rad. You can support our friends. Go to earsuppodcast.com about us and the friends of Ears Up and all the people that help us. They have, little side johns too, so support those people. Our 100th show on November 11th is sold out right now.
Sold out.
I need to go through this
Snapples.
week and work, and see if I can open up a couple of different spaces, because we do have a list of comp tickets for friends and family, and some people have dropped off, so I might be able to unleash a couple of tickets. A few of you have emailed me.
There's a couple sob stories out there.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I have you in a queue. I haven't gotten back to you because destiny, but
At least
I'm
you're
kidding.
honest.
I'm kidding. I just don't know what to say. But you're on. I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. I'm thinking about you. If we have any tickets available, I'll hit you guys up first. Okay, no feedback, huh, Taryn? That's
No
too bad.
feedback today.
That's all right. Let's talk about our latest trip. So obviously we went down for the 5K. Mm-hmm. And there's a couple cool things that happened while we were down there. Mainly we met Jeremy, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we took him to Carthay because he'd been once before, but it turned out he didn't remember. Which, if you listen to the Secret Show, you know why.
You get it.
But one thing that Terrence figured out or found, I don't know how he did you figure this out, or did you find it online, or what?
So
Tell me about all of it.
I figured it out-ish.
Okay.
The reason why I say that is because I read online that there was some place in the park to get chicken and waffles.
Okay.
When I read that, I was thinking it was what I did with the waffle and the chicken chimichanga from Flo's, and then I found out, no, that's not what it was. So I started going through, like on the Disneyland app is amazing because it also lists every restaurant, and then you can look at every menu. And so I started going through place by place by place, and then I eventually found this hack.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you found it, you put it together.
I put it together.
Okay.
Okay.
Now tell us what it is.
Okay. Well, I like food.
I like
Right? So, and I like chicken and waffles. And sometimes when we go down to Disneyland, we'll go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. But
course.
Because we don't have one up here.
because we do, the one up here is not. We do.
I know.
And it's
You're just
horrible.
more
It really-
likely to get shot
It's
It's
there.
true, though. The ones in Southern California are so much better.
The one up here is in Walnut Creek, which is really hoity-toity.
Nobody
you
wants
know.
to go there.
I don't want
There's one
spark.
in Oakland.
No, that's a house of chicken. That's a home of chicken and waffles.
I
I'm
want
sorry.
to go
Where
there.
you can also get alligator. But anyway, yes.
And murdered.
Yeah, and murdered. You gotta. It's the fear that makes the food taste a lot better. You gotta
Right.
eat it in a hurry so you can run. So I found a place that I had never been to before called the Stage Door Cafe. I'd never been there. I've gone into the Golden Horseshoe, but I had never been in the Stage Door Cafe,
Which is on the side of the
which is
Golden
on the side.
Horseshoe,
Exactly,
right?
it's
Okay.
on the side. It's like the to-go area of the Golden Horseshoe.
Yes, sir.
There they have funnel cakes. They also have chicken nuggets. Why not put them together?
Right.
So what I did, I looked at the menu. On the menu, they have funnel cakes with just plain powdered sugar, funnel cake with chocolate syrup. Now, both of those don't seem sweet enough for me. You know,
Okay.
when you think about actually putting syrup on a waffle, it
Right.
doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Right, it's not sweet enough. But the third option they have is a strawberry funnel cake. So it's a funnel cake, powdered sugar, and then strawberry sauce with bits of strawberry on top. I didn't think that the bits of strawberry were necessary.
Okay.
So I asked them to give me the strawberry funnel cake. Beverly is judging me
I know.
to my face. So
Better than
I
behind
asked,
your back.
That's true. I asked them to give me the funnel cake, put the syrup on top, but to strain all
I
the
knew
bits
you
of
were going to say you were going to
strawberries
ask them
out.
to strain it.
can't-
You are such a
Oh,
jerk.
I'm actually really glad I was not there when you did this.
No, they didn't seem upset because I think that they have it.
I rolled you so hard.
They
Oh,
may have
yeah.
it separately because you don't think about it. You don't want the bits of strawberry to be soggy by the end of the day, and you know they're not preparing it all throughout the day. So they probably have the syrup.
I don't
and then
think
they have
that
the
they are
strawberry.
thinking about this.
out of a can. They are
Yeah.
not preparing
No.
this.
No. So
2 cups of sugar, a little bit of water,
No,
some
what-
freshly pumice strawberries.
what I mean by that is even
Please hold the strawberries.
after you cut the strawberries.
I'm
and you
allergic to
have them-
strawberries. I can't.
Can I just have some red
strawberry flavor.
Some
Red dye number 6.
Can I please have some red strawberry flavored high fructose corn syrup? Thanks.
to go.
Ridiculous.
I want to walk off some of this.
No, you're ridiculous.
No, you didn't try it. It was amazing.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Anyway,
you're
go ahead.
Ridiculous.
Continue.
Okay, so they strained. They either strained or just didn't put the strawberry on top. Okay, so now I have a funnel cake, powdered sugar, strawberry syrup on top of there.
Is that sweet enough?
Yes, it's sweet enough.
Funnel cake, syrup, powdered sugar.
Yes, it's sweet enough.
It's basically like it's a food pyramid of just sugar.
But no
Yeah, it's
strawberry
like
on
it's
top.
like sort of sugar,
no, 'cause that
more
would've ruined
sugar,
That'd be too
sugar.
healthy. The reason why I think it would ruin it is because you don't want the chunks of strawberry. Like if you go to get chicken and waffles, you're putting the maple syrup on, but you're not putting
No, we
an
get it.
additional topping on.
Yeah,
right?
don't worry about that.
Okay,
Continue.
So anyway,
Continue.
so I have the funnel cake with the powdered sugar with the strawberry sauce, and then I order the chicken nuggets, and they say, "What dipping sauce do you want?" I want buffalo wing sauce. That's what I want. I want the hot sauce.
Okay.
So then you take this is gosh. It looks. I'm actually looking at a picture I took of it, and it looks amazing.
Actually, you're looking at me with that same
It does
look.
not look disgusting.
It looks pretty good,
So
actually.
good.
Go ahead.
So you take the funnel cake and then you dump the chicken nuggets on top, and then you drizzle the hot sauce on top of there.
Okay.
And so now when you take a bite, you stick your fork through the nugget into the funnel cake, and you have your own Disneyland makeshift chicken and waffle. I took a bite and almost passed out because it was so good. Good.
I think you actually might have almost passed out because of
The diabetes. Diabetes. No, it was really, really good.
Okay. All right. So this is your creation.
I haven't seen it before.
Okay.
I've looked up chicken and waffles
At Disneyland.
and I have not found anything.
Okay. So I want you to write all of this on a blog.
Okay.
Post. If
Okay.
you can turn it into me by the end of the workday, that would be great. Have it on my desk.
I'll turn it in when you get the Disney animated feature thing in.
Your post will bring us more inbound, probably.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you could do that with your photo,
Okay.
you have a log into the thing. I think that would be really great.
Yeah, that's
Sounds
a really
good.
good
Look
idea.
at that. Ears up exclusive, people. Food
Sounds
hacks.
good.
Food hacks, Disneyland food hacks.
Good work, Terrence. I'm
Yeah,
really
75% of those people like this. One person isn't.
Well, no, I still think you're crazy.
I saw it happen. Like
It's
we approached you, like,
right.
what is
No.
this?
So I think the whole thing was great. It was when I heard about the strange strawberries
Thank
that I
you.
went, bro.
Wait, but you understand
No,
my
you
thinking,
went-
right?
I do. I just cannot believe that you actually asked them to strain out the
I
strawberries.
didn't say strain out. I just said no strawberries on top. So if they have it
I
in a
wanna
separate
know-
container, then that's fine.
What was the look
They
you
don't.
got?
The lady looked like she was super impressed.
Oh, look. No, I can make that look.
No.
Watch.
No. She was. So I asked her. So the nuggets come with apple slices or something. I was like, I don't want apple slices. I'll
Clearly.
I want no fruit.
no fruit. I don't want any fruit. Only fruit
Literally.
flavor.
No fruit.
Just fruit
Only
flavor.
sugar.
The only fruit I
Only
want is
sugar.
fructose. That's all I want. And make it high.
And red, preferably.
But the lady was like, I've never seen this before. And I said, I know. I'm going to see what it's like.
Did you go back and
I'm
tell
real
her?
smart.
I actually took my first bite on the side, and then I went back and I just gave her the thumbs up. She was like, yep.
She literally didn't care and then went home and made fun of you.
She probably tried it on her lunch break.
She probably took a secret photo of you and was like, "Do not serve this."
She's
guy."
probably going to be an Imagineer now.
because of this idea.
Yeah, like the guy who brought the churro into Disneyland.
Oh, see, man.
Terrence, you're blowing it, dude.
I know.
Well, thank you for the food hack.
You're
I can't
welcome.
wait to never try this.
No, we'll try it in November.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll see.
We'll split one.
Another thing that you did for us, not for us, but just did in general, the Max Pass usage.
Yes. Oh,
Tell me about that. So it comes in your pass. You didn't have to pay extra for it.
No, I didn't. So my niece and I went down. She was running as well. So we were there. Oh, goodness. We went down Thursday, I believe. So we were there a good chunk of the day on Thursday, and it was empty. And so I said, let's try out the Max Pass. Let's see what's going on. I liked it. I liked it because of the convenience. I always hated the fact that if I was at, say I'm in Tomorrowland, I'm like, I really want to go on Radiator Springs. Normally at that point, if I wanted to go get a fast pass, the fast pass is already done for the day.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
So there's no point in going over there. Even if you want to go to Indy and get a fast pass, you then have to walk halfway across the park to get that. I hated that. So it was always just getting a fast pass to whatever you're closest to. So with the Max Pass, we were in line for I almost called it Tower of Terror, for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
45-minute wait. We say, okay, well, what do we want to do next? Well, we want to do Toy Story Midway Mania next. We go on to Max Pass, and it shows the time. The time was an hour from when we would have booked the Fast Pass. So it was a 45-minute wait at Toy Story Midway Mania, but there was only an hour until the Fast Pass would be available. We booked it right when we got in the line, waited in the queue, did the entire ride for Guardians of the Galaxy, walked all the way over, and walked right onto Toy Story without ever having to go specifically to the ride to get a Fast Pass. We did it right from the phone.
You can use it for rides that don't have Fast Pass?
That has a Fast Pass.
It's new.
It's new.
Oh.
It has a Fast Pass.
Mind blown.
Right.
So,
by the way, if anybody wants to call and ask questions of Terrence, 925-272-9794. That's the studio number. Go ahead, please, Terrence.
So the Max Pass comes with your annual pass, correct?
Yes, it does.
And then your niece had to purchase
$10 a day, yes.
And did she find it worth it?
She did. For the same reason that I did, because of the convenience, because now you are planning out your next ride across the entirety of the park. Instead of just looking at the vicinity or saying, hey, we're going to go to Haunted Mansion, we might as well grab a Fast Pass right now for Indy. Okay. You are now able to book wherever you want to go. Just looking at multiple rides, depending on how long the wait is for that ride. The longer the wait, obviously, the further out they push the Fast Pass. But if the lines aren't very long, even 30 minutes, 45 minutes is usually about an hour after you book it is when your Fast Pass is available. So we were able, literally, we would go in one ride. When we were on Toy Story, we did one for, goodness, what was it? I think it was Buzz Lightyear. And so then we did that.
Okay.
We went over to the beer truck, grabbed a beer, hung out for a few minutes, walked over there, walked right on to Buzz Lightyear. It was so convenient. It really was. And I remember when we first broke the news about this coming out, it's like $10. It doesn't make any sense. It seems like a lot of money. Why not just do it the old-fashioned way? But on slow days, totally worth it. On busier days, it's still worth it, but it's not as convenient because now it's not helping you run from line to line. Also, the other thing is that 15 minutes before your Fast Pass is available, you can book yourself another Fast Pass as well.
Okay, that's like normal.
That was my next question.
Yes.
So you're still limited. You can't just be like, I want to go here, and then I want to go here, and then I want to go here. And
No. And we did check
I
it out.
think I knew that, but I just wanted to clarify.
And we checked it out. We checked it out to see how far outside of the park you could be.
Oh, that's what I was going to want.
Yeah, so we stayed on West Catella. And so when we came into the park, we would walk down Disneyland Drive and then around into downtown Disney. We were in downtown Disney trying to book a Fast Pass or something in California Adventure, and it wouldn't let us do it. So it really is reining in exactly where you have to be within the park to be able to book something.
But you can be in DCA and book something in
For
Disneyland?
Disneyland, yes, you can.
That's cool.
It's just like a very specific bubble.
Yes.
Huh.
And so it was really worth it. I'm definitely going to take advantage of it if I'm able to. I mean, if it's just me, I'll do it. If the people I'm with, they don't have the Max Pass and they don't want to pay for it, so I'll see you guys later. Yeah, exactly. But it's definitely worth it. The value, because of the fact that now you can broaden what you want to do, and you the wait in line means more now than it did before. What I mean by that is that normally you would hit 3, 4, 5 rides that are kind of in the same area just because you're in that area. But now you can say, well, it looks like it's a 30-minute wait. Even though I'm at California Screamin', there's a 30-minute wait for whatever, Space Mountain. Why don't I just book a fast pass right now? I'll go on Screamin', and by the time I walk over to Disneyland, it'll be time for me to just walk right onto the ride.
Okay.
So it's just making your day more efficient.
It is. It definitely is.
I'm not even going to say anything negative. I think that's actually
it sounds cool.
It sounds actually really cool. And I don't like spending money.
I just don't like you have to pay $10 for it. Like we have an annual pass already.
Yeah.
Come on, it's $10.
And
bro.
I think the reason why they're doing that is because you're going to see that people will still get a lot of fast passes, so it's going to back up the lines as well. And then if you give this to everyone who has an annual pass, you're just going to make it worse. I have a friend who I think she left Disneyland this morning, and she has the top of the line pass, and she had the max pass, and she was complaining to me saying it sucks that they don't limit it to saying you can only have this if you have this tier of annual passport, because so many people are taking advantage of it that you have 100 people in one area that say, oh wow, this ride has no line, let me book a fast pass right now on my max pass. So then you have 100 people flooding one ride at one time because they all have the luxury of doing that,
right?
And so,
which was the problem that we were talking about when we read the news article about it.
Right. But I'm like I was saying, on a slower day, it doesn't matter as much. You're just basically saying, I'm going to cut everyone in line. And it was amazing. Yeah,
our friend Kyle, our former Imagineer friend Kyle, he was like, he went on it. He did the Max Pass, and he was like, I rode like 24 rides that day. That's with lunch and like watching a parade. And he goes, I haven't ridden that since I was a kid. That many rides in one day. The only
thing we had to wait for were Fantasyland rides. That was it.
That's
so
crazy.
I had another question. How, logistically, so your niece had to buy it, so she had to go up to one of the booths, the kiosks?
No.
How does that work?
She linked her annual pass to her Disneyland app.
Okay.
So at that point, you don't even need to pull your annual pass out anymore. They can scan when you go into either park. They'll scan your phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They'll scan your phone.
Did not know that.
When you go to buy something, they'll scan your phone so you can get your discount. With the Max Pass is now right there on your phone. And so she and I would go on. I actually linked hers to mine, and I would book both Fast Passes at the same time from my phone.
Really?
Yeah, and so then we would go up, and now they have the same scanners they use for the ticket. You just put your phone under there. You scan the first one, swipe to the left, scan the second one, walk right in.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing. It really is amazing.
Do you remember if you used Wi-Fi on your phone for this?
No, I used data. I had my battery saver on for that as well, and I had a spare battery. With all of that all day, being at 100% at, say, 9 o'clock when we got into the park and leaving at midnight, I was still at about 58%.
Not
so
bad.
it's not draining on your battery, but it was fantastic.
Cool.
It really was.
Was it phantasmic?
It was. Oh, thanks, Jeremy.
You're welcome.
Nice.
Well, that's good. I mean, I guess we'll probably eventually try it. I mean, why not? And you get all your photos, right? You get a bunch of photos.
So I'm not going to say yes because I'm not sure. I know with mine, I get all of the photos.
Get them anyway.
I get all my photos for free, and so all of my photos for free were not only the photos from our race because it was by bib number.
Yeah.
But any photo that you have a photographer take around the park and all your ride photos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get. I think you get them all for free. I think that's
With the
part.
Max Pass?
I think that's part of it.
Oh, you must because my niece. Yes, because my niece got that as well. So it does come with it.
Yeah.
So for $10.
So then that seems way worth it.
Yeah.
Especially for a race weekend. So when we went, I think we went. Yeah, well, obviously it was Friday in the park because we didn't go Saturday. What we did a lot, which I never really did before, was the single rider lines.
Worth it.
Totally worth it. Like we went with your niece. It was you, me, and your niece. Mm-hmm. We got a beer at the Carl Strauss truck, walked to Radiator Springs, and it was a 40-minute wait for the ride.
That's not bad at all.
No, we're like, okay, let's wait in line. and I don't even know if it had a time on the single rider line. I think it said 5 minutes, or maybe
it didn't have a
I
time.
Make that up.
It didn't have a time on the single rider, but it was so fast that we had to chug our beer because we were getting loaded.
Right, no, I'm getting there. Right,
Sorry,
but like just the decision of like, well, let's just do the single rider.
Right.
So we're walking through, and Terrence and I have 3/4 beers, and we're just and so we get there, we stop maybe in line for 5 seconds, and the cast member, okay, 3 and 4, and we're like, oh, dude, I got a beer, man. And then so we're like, okay, and we had to be those people chugging a beer in DCA, which I can't stand, but that was us. And then the car comes up. We both got in the same car. He was behind me.
Yeah.
I was in the front. And he was in the back. And then as I'm getting in, the cast member's like, oh, can I take those empty cups for you guys?
Are you serious?
Yes.
And I'm like, I feel
Wow.
really weird right now, but yes, please do.
Yeah.
And it was so bam. I mean, didn't even wait a minute and a half
Right.
That's
to get
insane.
on, and then you're looking back and there's people sweating and just miserable.
Yeah, it was hot.
But
It was real
we
hot.
got on, and we got on with our group essentially.
Yeah.
And then what else did we do that was real fast?
California Screaming.
California Screaming. It said a
Yeah.
5-minute wait. That was a walk on.
Yes, it was.
We walked on Screaming on
Yeah.
a race weekend on a
Yeah.
Friday. I mean, it was boiling hot
on a
That-
race
that's the
holiday
thing.
weekend.
on a race holiday
It
weekend.
was
yeah.
114 million degrees.
Yeah,
was
that was
bad.
the thing. It was actually, I think it was literally 102
Then
while
why,
we were there.
then why wouldn't you be on California Screaming, man? All the
Yeah.
and I told Terrence
Because
the
you're
trick.
eating ice cream.
All right. Yes, Taryn was eating
That's
ice
what
cream.
I was doing.
Yes.
So I told Terrence my trick of lifting your feet off the floor. So on Screaming, like right when you're at the crest and about to pull G's coming down, just lift your feet up off the floor of the car, and you get like sucked in. Way harder. I don't know why. I mean, it's more of a sensation. I
It
guess,
tries
but
makes
like,
me want to throw up regular. I'm not sure that I.
no, but so like when it's going over the bumps, like you
Yeah.
do that, you're like, oh god.
I'm
oh, my
surprised
God.
that you like that, but you don't like
Goofy
Tower
Sky
Sky
School.
Because
I'm
he's
not falling.
because
Sky
he's
School
also
is
in
terrible.
control of
It's
that.
different.
If
Yeah.
you don't want to do it, you don't have to.
Right.
But also the other
I'm
thing.
not falling.
Right. The other thing you told me about that, because I always take the bar
Yeah.
and like shove
Oh,
it
me
into
too.
my chest
Oh my
and
God,
as far
no.
as possible, and you're like, no, leave some room. Like, all right, so I left, good. No, maybe not a fist, but a good
Yeah.
amount
a
of
couple
room.
fingers.
And then when I lifted my legs, I didn't want to scream because you're right next to me, but I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna die. That's all that's gonna happen right now. So I'm gonna die.
But you didn't.
No, I didn't, and it was amazing, and I'll do it every single time now.
It was fun, right?
Yes, it was.
So, I say the single rider lines, even if we're in a group, especially for Radiator Springs, do it.
I've only ever done it for Indy, but yeah, it was 10 minutes.
Yeah, do it because when you're riding the ride, are you talking to the person?
No.
Heck no. And you shouldn't be if you are. But, you're going to experience the ride. Terrence and I experienced the same ride at the same time.
Yeah.
And we were looking at the ride and experiencing the ride. There was no, we couldn't talk to each other if we wanted to. So, but that's kind of what you do in a group anyway. So why wouldn't you? Anyway, it's a thought. Another thought we had coming back from, so the hard part was of this race weekend, it was Trader Sam's was packed all the time.
Oh, such a
We
bummer.
tried to take Jeremy to Trader Sam's like twice. Couldn't do it. So coming back from Trader Sam's, we went basically to the right of downtown Disney to head to Grand California.
Yes.
So we cut through the parking lot there, go up to the front of the Grand Californian, and it's hot, and we're all kind of like, oh my God, we just want a beer because it's like 9 o'clock at night, and we just want to be inside where it's cool and whatever.
Well,
and,
this
like,
was also
relax.
after the run, so we were exhausted.
Right.
Yes. Oh, after the run, and then all day in the park.
All day
it
in the
was
park.
ridiculous.
Yeah. And so we try to go, there's basically one way to get into the hotel on the sidewalk, right? And they have a older lady cast member there. She's like, oh, can I see your hotel key? And I'm like, we're just going, I'm sorry, you can no longer cut through, I'm paraphrasing, obviously, we can't cut through the hotel anymore to get to the park. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, only if you're a guest. And I'm like, but I don't.
What if you wanted to go into the hotel to visit their bar, which I've done in the
what
past?
we were trying to do.
Yeah. Well, I was like, she goes, you have to go around. I'm like, but she was saying if you don't have a hotel room key, you cannot come in. So in my mind, I'm thinking everything else is out of the question. Like you need to, and I've kind of forgot that there were restaurants attached to it. I was like, I don't understand. Can we at least get some water? Because you're going to make us walk all the way around. She's like, I can't, you know, and then she kind of turned away. And then I was like, well, we're going to eat. She goes, well, where are you going to eat? I go, Napa Rose. She goes, okay, well, come on in. And I go, if you're telling me that I can't come in because I don't have a hotel key, then you should, but I could come in if I have a reservation to eat, then you should tell me that.
Or at least ask, like, well, what do you need in here?
Right.
What are you coming in for?
So anyway, just a heads up for those of you who do what we did and try to cut through the Grand Californian, you can't do it anymore, but you can just lie to them and say that you're going to visit the bar or going to eat or something like that.
Yes.
So there's that.
That was ridiculous.
It was pretty lame, dude.
Very ridiculous.
I mean, and it's not like it was never like a crazy amount of foot traffic that was going
Well,
through there.
apparently there was, but when we went in that time, it was empty.
Yeah.
There was nobody there.
They don't let anyone in.
Right. Well, but I think that they had a valid point. She goes, there's just too many people coming through. Yeah. And I imagine it takes a toll on wear and tear. It takes a toll on cleaning. It takes a toll on just the crowd level in general.
Well, and the guests that are actually staying there probably hate it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I get it. It just, whatever. I don't know. The other cool thing before we get to the main topic is the train is back. The Main Street Railroad is back. So that was pretty cool seeing the new basically rock facade, and there's a couple waterfalls there that are blocking the view to Star Wars Land. But also, and can't really see much of Star Wars Land, which I guess I assumed, but everything was cool. The rad part is they have new projection effects in the dioramas of the Grand Canyon. They have, I think, like a lightning strike in the background, like a couple birds circling.
The pterodactyls. Pterodactyls.
That not in the Grand Canyon part.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Those died off by then.
Yeah, they sure did. That's right. But then when you get into Primeval World,
supposedly
they just flew underneath the Earth because the Earth is flat. In the Primeval World, they have projection effects and doing stuff like that too. And they just plussed up that ride a lot without changing the really cheesy, like log rolling effects of the lava and stuff like that. So I appreciate that they left the terrible part alone and they kind of just added some background stuff. It looks really cool.
It was really awesome.
So including that ride, you know how many times I've ridden the train all the way around the park?
Once?
No.
Once. That was my first time.
Are you serious?
Dead serious. It's my first time.
So you hadn't seen everything.
So I had seen the Primeval World right before we met up with you guys, because we took the train from Tomorrowland to Main Street earlier, and then when we got back on with you, that was when we went all the way around.
That was the first time you had ever seen the Primeval thing?
That was the first time, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
You're
my favorite. By the way, I heard back from Josh at TeePublic.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
He goes, hey, Jason, I'm sure if you spend time on our site. By the way, this is in a message of 27 other messages. So I've been, emailing them a lot.
You've been annoying him repeatedly.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure if you spend time on our site, you can probably find a lot of images that could be considered infringing by a certain standard, since we have over 1 million unique designs. In this case, your design was called out specifically, and the one you listed below was not. I'm sorry if it doesn't seem fair, but it rarely is when you're dealing with third-party IP that's being policed. So we are on Disney's radar.
Good.
Our design is on Disney's radar.
Buy it.
That's what I don't understand. Just buy it from me.
You know how much you could do with that?
Dude.
The
$38 right now.
The matter.
Now you're fired.
Can you imagine how good they could make the Mattercorn look?
I'm kidding.
Mattercorn.
The Mattercorn.
Can somebody please mock up the Mattercorn for Sam? Like, he wants that to be a thing.
Talk to Lulu, dude. I'll put it up I'll put it on TeePublic.
The Matterhorn out of corn dogs? Or
out of popcorn.
I like out of corn dogs more.
Oh, I thought you were talking about out of like the corn on the cob that they sell.
Oh, no, we have to figure out which one we're going to do.
Mine is makes the most sense.
How would that work? No, first of all, no.
Second of all, no.
Yeah.
Just like the churro, like they'd be like stacked next to each other.
We could do the Mattercorn out of candy corn for a Halloween shirt.
But nobody likes candy corn.
Nobody likes candy corn.
I think you could take candy corn and build a real mountain out of it.
You probably
popcorn,
could.
do like the twisty thing.
No, we get it. You've explained it already.
No, apparently you don't get it.
I get it.
I was thinking it was corn dogs. I was like, that's pretty awesome.
Wow.
I still think corn.
Yeah.
We got corn dogs and corn on the cob.
Miniature corn dogs sticking out as trees on the way up. Oh man, we could do this.
We could. We could also not do this.
I just want to go back to when I asked somebody to mock this up. I would appreciate it if you used the correct food item.
Right.
Which would be popcorn.
Popcorn. Thank you very much. Okay, well, we just wanted to talk to you guys about a couple cool stuff that we thought about and saw and experienced in our last trip, because why not? Let's talk about Run Disney.
Yeah.
So our friend Charlie was like, you guys should really do this because they really treat you well in Disneyland about the run, and you get to run through kind of the backstage and it'd be cool for the show. And we said no.
Yeah.
And then we thought
Over
about
and
it
over
and we
again.
said, okay, let's do it. It's a 5K, 3.1 miles.
Well, he also kept texting pictures of like his past runs and emails about. I mean, he was pushing pretty hard.
For sure. So a couple things I wanted to address is like any sort of training. And in my mind, this show is about people who are kind of afraid to go, which is why I'm staring at Bev right now.
Oh, I'm not afraid.
I just don't want to.
I just don't run.
Okay. Well, neither do we.
Neither do we.
But we did. Anyway, so we thought, okay, we're going to train for a while and like actually kind of run. My goal was to run the whole thing nonstop.
Yeah, see,
That's
this
where
is not a goal I would ever have.
That's where I thought we had to be. Well, it was really just a means to an end to experience the park in a way that nobody else really gets to unless you pay $100 or whatever it was.
Yeah, and I'm not going to pay somebody to run. Sorry.
That's true.
I felt the same way, but it was actually really fun.
It was cool. So we didn't really train a whole lot is the point that I want to get to. So I was reading we didn't.
Okay.
Not really. Why did you look at me sideways?
Well, because you said we. Are you saying we or we?
Taryn and I.
Okay.
Sorry,
that's
Taryn
fine.
and I. Because you and I didn't train together.
We didn't train
Right.
together.
So Taryn and I. But I was reading the emails that they send you, and they kind of tell you, like, you need to have a 16-minute mile. If you run underneath, or if you go over that, they will sweep you, which they come with golf carts and pick you up and then take you to the thing.
Can they just start me out in a golf cart?
You could ask them, I'm sure.
I'd pay for that.
But I was a little nervous about that, to be honest, because we didn't really,
You were really nervous.
I was nervous because what they didn't do is they didn't like separate that out. It kind of just seemed like a standard for every race. But what happened in actuality is they don't do that for the 5K. You can walk the thing. And in fact, there was an older couple, had to be in their late 60s, early 70s, that just walked the whole thing hand in hand.
Right.
Oh,
Walked
cute.
the whole thing. There were a lot of people who being very, very polite, I was concerned for their health.
Yes.
With doing that much physical activity. Let's put it that way. They were, taking a while, but they were getting it done, and it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool, but nobody was getting swept.
They do that with like the half marathon and the marathon.
Yeah, because they got to like get the park going, and they got to do all sorts of stuff. So, if you're concerned about a time at all or being swept or whatever, do the 5K. That does not factor into it at all.
Well, and honestly,
and you still get a medal.
The first half mile, at least first half mile, you're not running at all.
Yeah, so you start in that road that goes underneath downtown Disney. That's kind of where they line you up on like Magic Way or whatever. And they have 4 corrals, A, B, C, and D. We were in D because we
slow.
Yeah, right. And then so they have A going first, and then B goes, and C, they stagger it all. And then after C goes up, then we kind of go up to the start line, and then they go, okay, go. And then you can't really go anywhere because you're in a cluster, and you
of like 400 people. I mean, it's
easily.
a huge cluster.
It was crazy. It was like 6,000
flat tiring
people
all the time.
Basically, yeah.
It was like 6,000
So you're, like,
people at the race.
You're scooting for a while.
Even before that part, because you were in C.
I was in C, but I dropped down
because
I must have put a time in somewhere, and they put me in the C corral.
Right.
And I didn't know anything from anything, so I was like, I'm gonna just hang out with everybody else.
It was neat what Disney did. So I didn't know what to expect when we got there.
Yeah.
They had a DJ. They had a lady who was way too excited for 83-degree heat and at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it was.
What?
It was.
Yes,
Was it that hot?
It was 80.
Yes.
It was at least 80.
80.
It was
Because I know
at
it was 75 is what the forecast
That's
said.
disgusting.
But humid. So we're standing there,
Yeah.
and I'm sweating already, and I feel like I've already worked out because that's like the coating of sweat, like you get on your arms, like the sweat on the arms. You're like, what is this?
Like the blanket of wetness.
Yes. It was Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so it was awesome to go through all of that and then get basically, into your corral. And then you look down the street and Disney has, it looks like huge balloons with your that were different color with your corral number on it. You have people who are dressed up like all these different Pixar characters. It was really neat. What they had a huge screen. The lady was like, "Yeah, you can do it. I believe in you." And I'm like, at least someone does. And it was really neat how big. It wasn't just like your normal, Thanksgiving morning 5K. Like this was a Disney-fied run.
Yeah, it was cool. A lot of photo opportunities beforehand in the parking lot there.
And the announcer lady, she would call people out specifically that were like running by or like because people are dressed up and it was incredible stuff. And so she would actually point people out, which made it feel really personal.
Yeah.
And it was just really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing was themed Pixar. The 5K was The Incredibles. I think the 10K was
Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc. And then the half was Toy Story.
Yeah.
But there was kind of a mishmash of all people dressing up and whatever. So that was pretty cool. So we start, and our group kind of fractures a little bit, but that's fine. We kind of, we're starting to walk or whatever. You go underneath downtown Disney, and then we went down to the left behind Cars Land,
right?
And that's where we entered the park behind Cars Land. And there's music playing, and there's cast members there. Yes,
I did want to say something about the music because this is something that I thought was really awesome. It's a Disney run. Everything's very Disney, but the music was real music.
Yes,
it was.
It wasn't Disney.
It was
music.
not Disney music, and
some
I
of it was
so
a little
excited.
inappropriate for young ears.
Yeah,
a little,
it was.
but it was real, and it was like there. I was singing along to Whitney Houston at 4 a.m. Like I don't know, like that's what made it fun to me. Like
it was
that
cool.
It was normal.
I will say, going through the backstage area, which I thought was going to be really exciting, was kind of boring.
Yeah.
Backstage Disneyland is kind of boring.
It is.
It's buildings with large ducting and pillars. A couple of the
Lockers.
buildings were open, and you could see some kind of parade floats. And they had some stuff out and some characters out for meet and greets and photo opportunities, which also will tell you
That's very strange.
that the times don't matter in the 5K because there were lines to take pictures of the mile 2 marker.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, no one cares.
Yeah.
So the route was basically through Cars Land. God, what was it in DCA, dude? I
So
forget
you go
now.
Cars Land, and then you come out of Cars Land and go.
Did we go Main Street Cars Land, or how did we?
Main Street Cars.
Main Street Cars Land.
Okay.
And then you cut across the pier area.
Yes.
And then you go over by where Ariel is. Go to the left of Ariel around to where the
Redwood Trail.
Oh,
Redwood
that's
Trail
right.
is.
Right, okay.
And then we ran past. Was it Soren?
Yep,
Which
Soren.
was amazing, by
Yep.
the way. Soren ran.
That's right, and then cut across Buena Vista Street,
Exactly.
through Hollywood Land or
Right.
whatever, and then we were backstage again,
And then out.
past Tower of Terror. I'm just gonna call it Tower of Terror because
Yeah, you go out
Right.
that gate to the left
you
of
go out that gate. Right, and then-
Guardians.
Isn't that where that gate? That's where the parade starts, right?
Well, where they have the Avengers come out now is right there.
Yeah.
So we're
It's been too long since I've been to Disneyland.
That's true. But what's really cool, and then so you're backstage, and then we continue into Disneyland, but you're on kind of the weird side. Apparently, there's a tunnel that goes under the Esplanade that connects Cars Land with the Tomorrowland area of Disneyland.
So think of when you're if you're walking in from that's not Ball, the road that
Harbor.
That's Catella. Harbor.
So if you're walking in from Harbor and then you walk past where all the bus stops are and everything, we're running underneath that.
Like
That's where
underground.
we were. We're
It's
on
a
that
tunnel.
side.
It's like
we're
a-
on the outside of DCA, running underneath a tunnel into the right side of Disneyland.
Sorry. Your story was boring and I fell asleep. This is how interested I am in running.
That's true.
No, that's actually really cool.
It was
neat. And so
I mean, actually, I kind of wish I had done it, but not run. But not run.
But you
didn't
could
have
shuffle
to.
along. You don't
Could I
have to
roller
run.
skate?
No.
No.
You can get some Heelys and fake it.
And when we say running,
It's really not.
We ran some.
You trotted?
We ran some, we stopped some. We ran some and we walked some. It's just
We
at
didn't
your own
stop.
pace.
We didn't stop once.
I thought it.
Oh, that's right. We didn't stop
once.
at all.
No, we didn't.
No, I didn't stop at all. I know. I
No,
didn't.
stop running, guys.
Oh, no.
No.
It was way easier
was-
than any training we ever did, I think.
Maybe just because
It's
it's,
the adrenaline.
exciting.
Yeah.
It's the adrenaline and whatever, and
And the
because
lady
you're-
believing in you.
Right.
Like, it
Yeah.
actually sounds really cool.
it was cool. And then they had like behind.
I still don't want to pay to run.
No. So we go underneath the tunnel, go behind Tomorrowland, and we're coming out in like by the pizza port or whatever it is, the
Yeah.
Pizza John, right? And then that's where like there's a custodial section there, and so while you're running behind, they have cast members like with the Mickey high-fiving you and like just kind of clapping for you and cheering you on and handing you water and stuff. It was
neat.
It was dope. So we came out of Tomorrowland, went past Finding Nemo, around the Matterhorn, through Fantasyland, through the castle.
Yeah.
That
down,
was cool.
Yeah, down Main Street, out to the right, down downtown Disney, and then that's where we finished.
Yeah.
And then when you're done, I mean, I can't imagine it took you several hours, right?
No,
About
it
an
took
hour?
us about
an hour.
53 minutes or so, yeah.
Okay. So then you can't just go into the park.
No.
No, because it's like 6:30 then.
So you go back to your room and go to sleep.
Yeah, took a shower.
All right.
Went to sleep. But here, so check this medal out.
The metal's
Bev,
dope.
Here, hand that to Bev.
It's legit.
Oh wow, it's like a real medal.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be
Well,
a plastic,
like plastic.
piece of
Like a
trash.
rubber or something.
And then on the back, even there's like an engraved quote from Dash because this was the Incredibles run.
Yeah.
I promise I'll slow up. I'll only be the best by a tiny bit. Sorry, it's hard to see. That's really cute.
It's pretty
It's
dope,
a
dude.
legitimate thing. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
so you get a shirt, you get your little bib.
Did you wear it at the park?
No.
Like all the
It
other
was too hot.
But Jeremy did.
Jeremy did. Jeremy had all 5
Put that
at
on.
one-
Put
at
that
one
just
point.
on your back or on your neck. There you go. Now imagine having, and it's about what, a 2-inch wide thing.
Yeah.
So your neck is prime real estate for being
That
cool,
is
right?
sweaty, hot grossness.
Already,
Yes.
I couldn't do it, but tons of people were doing it, and that's fine. It's a little itchy.
It's like the thing that you do. It was too hot to do it.
No,
I
I
know,
can't
I'm
do
good.
that. There's no way. Yeah, there's no way.
Oh yeah.
Here, go back to me. I'll show it.
It's legit, man.
Just swing it.
I have it at my desk at work.
Yeah, I like it. It's really cool. And then you get a bunch of free stuff too. Like there's these things called Dr. Cool, where it's like a piece of fabric, and then you wet it. They hand it to you wet, and it stays cool for like an hour, even if it's not dripping wet. And just to help you cool off, free Powerade and
It's like the opposite of those
Food.
emergency blankets.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly right,
exactly.
exactly right.
And we brought it the rest of the day at the park. It was it was a
worked.
lifesaver.
And it was wet. Like at the end, I didn't
That's
even
cool.
re-wet it from after the race when they handed it to me until probably like 5 o'clock that afternoon, and it was still wet. It was really
That
good.
was smart,
Yeah.
honey.
Oh, and also, this would have probably been Bev's favorite part because it was my favorite part. But you get this box of food
No.
at the end, and it's like good.
It's
stuff.
healthy food though.
but it's not all healthy. There was nachos. I know.
That's right. There were nachos,
There
which
were
were weird,
nachos.
dude.
That
Forgot
was super
about
weird.
that.
But that's
And
because
those
you
chips
gotta-
were like
and gotta-
really salty.
Well, you
Yes.
gotta carb out. Well, you sweat a lot.
Yeah.
You gotta eat,
and Oreos.
eat that. Oh, sign me up. Ears Up is paying for the next run for me.
We might be able to.
Take it
We'll
out
see.
of my commission.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll be sure to do that. They also have a Run Expo where you can go and you can buy, there's merch there, like Run themed merch. To be honest with you, I wasn't too into. There were a lot of
I
people
didn't
really
go
into
in
it.
I didn't go in there. Yeah.
It smelled a lot like plastic.
It smelled like an expo.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it smells like China in here because that's where everything's from. It just smells like,
Right.
a shipping container.
Cheap.
Yeah, but but New Balance has Disney Run themed shoes all the time, and then just every sort of like armband to hold your phone and
Headbands,
sticker and headband,
sweatbands.
all that kind of stuff. But it's cool to go in. You go, okay, that's neat, and then there you go. They give away power bars and stuff like that. But anyway, that's the Run Disney for me. I thought it was really cool. I would definitely do the 5K again. I don't know if I would do the 10K. I think we finished at a 16:20 mile, but that's with 3/4 of the first mile kind of walking along.
Yeah.
We probably could have run around people, but I just didn't care that much. I didn't want to try too hard.
Like super hot weather. And
It was hot.
maybe a winter run.
Yeah.
Well, there's one on the weekend we go down.
Oh no, ain't nobody.
But there's a 10K. It's not. There's no 5K.
know.
The 5K sell out really quickly.
My brother-in-law's doing the 10K and the half marathon that weekend.
Oh,
That's
wow.
We go
crazy.
down,
Yeah,
yeah.
So
Why wouldn't you just do the actual marathon?
because there is
There
no
You get like
actual
extra,
marathon.
so you get extra medals for things that you do. So Jeremy that weekend left with 5 medals.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he cray.
He's crazy.
Okay, so there was a 5K, 10K, then the half marathon. Then he got the double dare for doing the 10K and the half marathon on the same weekend, which is 4th medal. Then he got the coast to coast medal because he did a half marathon at Disneyland and Disney World in the same calendar year.
So he had 5 medals.
And he wore all of them?
Like a
No.
G. He has a picture of him on the balcony of his hotel.
He's a true
Yeah,
jock.
looking
true.
like Michael Phelps.
Oh, no,
It was
no. I
amazing.
thought he wore them all at once at the park.
He
I
may
asked him to.
have.
I asked him
So-
to.
That's hot.
So I know like we're not like crazy athletes, but honestly, after doing the 5K and how sore I was, even after a nap, walking around the park was really hard.
It was tough.
I had
And
shin splints, yeah.
Every time
Hurt.
I saw somebody that I knew was doing the 10K the next day, I was like, I don't understand how you're going to do it.
Because
And-
they've done it.
And then they're
so
doing
many
the
times.
the half marathon the next day. Like
Training.
Yeah,
That's the
like
key.
I saw people. I don't know. One of the times I was there, it was a run weekend, obviously.
Yeah.
And it was a half marathon day or marathon. I don't remember, but yeah, seeing the people walking around in their little like jersey green shirt, wearing their medals, and I'm like, you just ran all the miles,
Yeah.
that was the hardest
and
part.
Yeah,
you're
you're walking.
walking,
You're walking
Yeah.
more of the miles.
around.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we met, my niece and I met some close family friends at Carthay, and one of them had just done the 10K that morning. Raina, she just did the 10K that morning, and she was sitting there complaining. She's like, man, it was so crowded. I could only average an 11-minute mile.
Oh,
I was
jeez.
like, you jerk. But that's how it is because she does this all the time.
does
you
them.
know? And so if we train now, next year we could probably do the 10K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I mean, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
You're going to do the okay?
We'll see. I'll do the okay. I don't know. It was really fun. I would challenge everyone to consider trying it.
Yeah.
But again, the 5K, you got to be right there because it sells out because it's easy. It's essentially really easy. You're not going to see much behind the scenes of the park. So if that's where you're going, like me,
Yeah.
you're going to be disappointed. But the experience is really cool. Disney does treat you right, of course.
Right.
So it was a lot of fun, man.
Also the photos. So we were really stoked about seeing a bunch of photos. We didn't really get very many options of our photos.
Yeah, they have photographers around the course, and you know you link them up with your bib on the app,
Right.
And you know I got 2, and Taryn maybe got 3 or whatever, and none of them were really very good.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean, you're also
motion-
running. Like, who wants a picture? I don't know. I knew before seeing the pictures I wasn't gonna want any of them. Like,
It's like eyes closed, and like you know there's a big dude cropped out next to you, like eating nachos or whatever, and you're like, what is this?
I have one picture. I think it was on my niece's. It was for her bib, and my bib is halfway hidden. And remember that guy? What was his name? He was going to run for president. He's like, "We're going to go to Delaware, and we're going to go to." Hurrah! And
Yeah.
he did that weird uppercut thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing that in the picture, and I'm
that
trying
Mitt
like,
Romney?
No, it wasn't.
No.
It wasn't Mitt Romney. It was someone else. I'm like, what was I doing mid run?
Probably trying to show off for the camera.
Probably.
Probably. You know me.
And there were a couple times when like Jeremy's like, oh, there's cameras up here, let's run, and we're like, oh, okay, and you run by the cameras because you don't want to be walking.
right.
You don't want your
be those
photo of,
people.
hey, I did the Disney 5K. Here's a photo of me walking it. Cool, you deserve the medal, dude.
Bending over and panting.
Yeah.
So I remember we hit Fantasyland, and I think Kayla was like, "Yeah, let's run through the castle." I'm like, "Yeah, awesome."
Mm-hmm.
And so we're running. We get to the drawbridge, and like I jump, fists in the air, yeah, and land. I'm like, man. The photographers are down there in the hub, and so then I had to keep running down there. It would have been such a great picture.
Oh man. So jump just made me think of something. I actually thought about Sam when I was passing the finish line.
Because they were playing Van Halen's Jump.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
And I literally jumped right when it, like, I was through the finish line when they went jump, and I was so excited, and they didn't get that picture.
Oh,
I was
that's
so
too bad.
bummed.
They were
I would-
focusing on the real jocks.
I would have. I know they were like Jeremy.
Like Jeremy, exactly.
Anyway, it was a good time. It was a good time. Bev,
What?
you should try to do the 5K with us. I think you would really enjoy it.
Do you think that anyone could do it, and no matter
Yes.
what kind of
Anybody could do it.
Yes,
health,
I do.
no matter what kind
Well,
of health?
check
they're
your
in?
doctor first. But really, there were a lot of people there who I would have been very concerned for
Okay.
them had I seen them running down the street.
Okay, I can understand.
So I think you could do that at all.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
Let's do some Disney news. What do you think?
Yes.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Present and future with
Gotta
all
fix
the
that.
news that's fit to cover. It's the Ears Up Disney News.
I don't know why it doesn't do that very well. Gotta get all my Johns in order. Here's a good one. Wait, what is this? Oh god, this is a Travelocity review titled "Fast Pass is Ruining Disney."
This is a
I thought it was a news article, but it's stupid. Never mind. And it's actually for Disney World, so who cares? The Walt Disney Company donates $2.5 million in humanitarian aid to support communities impacted by Hurricane Irma.
Nice.
Which, of course, hit. That's the big news. We'll talk about that. There was closures and all that kind of stuff. The Walt Disney Company has committed $2.5 million to aid in humanitarian efforts across Florida, the Caribbean, and other areas impacted by Hurricane Irma. The donation will support the disaster response and recovery efforts of the American Red Cross, UNICEF, Save the Children, and other nonprofit organizations. But American Red Cross is like so high with a bureaucratic costs that kind of a little disappointed that they spent so much money on the American Red Cross. As millions of people now face the daunting challenge of putting their lives and communities back together in the wake of these historic hurricanes, they need our help, says Robert A. Iger, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the Walt Disney Company. We're donated $2.5 to support relief and recovery efforts. This is in addition to nearly $16 million we raised after Hurricane Harvey to help ensure storm victims have the support needed to recover and rebuild. So why does the Harvey people get more than Irma, dude? What's going on? Oh, wow. In addition to Disney's donation announced today, contributions from Disney employees to eligible relief and recovery organizations will be matched dollar for dollar by Disney Employee Matching Gifts, a program of the Walt Disney Company Foundation. That's really dope.
Yeah.
During Hurricane Irma, Walt Disney World and the Disney Cruise Line donated meals, provided storage for supplies and power utility vehicles, donated bedding to shelters, and made rooms available for first responders. Disney will also be donating goods and services throughout the region as specific needs are identified. Additionally, this evening, in partnership with other media companies, ABC will be broadcasting Hand in Hand, a benefit for hurricane relief. Apparently that was a couple days ago. That's pretty crazy, dude. And first I read 2.5 million. And I was like, that's it?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, it sounds like a small amount for...
In your community, that's it? That's all you're doing?
Well, J.J. Watt, he raised, 31 million for
Who's that?
Hurricane Harvey. Football player.
Oh,
For
okay.
the Houston Texans. And so I was like, come on, Disney.
$2.5 million. That's it.
It's such chump change for them, honestly.
But at least it's better than
something.
2.4, right?
Yes,
that's true.
Do it that way. Several Walt Disney World attractions remain closed despite parks opening. The Walt Disney World theme parks have reopened after Hurricane Irma blew through Orlando on Sunday night. The details and exact impacts of the storm weren't exactly clear yesterday, but as time goes by, there are more details and information becoming available. In the Magic Kingdom, it looks as if the Jungle Cruise will remain closed until Monday, September 18th due to the hurricane. Most likely this is due to a large number of trees that could have fallen and that surround the attraction. The Walt Disney World Railroad is also closed. Disney's Animal Kingdom had a number of closures and delays. Expedition Everest, Kilimanjaro Safaris, Wilderness Explorers, and the Wild Africa Trek Tour will all open with a slight delay.
I wonder how the animals all...
I know, right? I'm sure they had to have taken them out. But yeah, we had our friend Miles, who was on the Modeling Disney show, who's doing 3D modeling of some of the Disney attractions. He was at Disney World, and on Facebook he was posting video and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, bro, get out of there. He's like, it's fine. It'll be okay. And they had a shelter-in-place warning where they were letting them walk around the resort but not going to the parks, and then that upgraded to they had to stay in their rooms, which would have freaked me out, dude.
That's where I panic.
Yeah, but everything was fine. The resorts looked fine, and I really wanted to get him on the show, but I think he's still in the air right now. But he goes, there's a lot of interesting things to talk about how the park handles something like that.
Yeah,
so I think we'll get him on next show anyways.
I think that'd be great. Yeah.
Let's talk about Aladdin, the live Aladdin.
I thought that was gone.
Yeah.
No, it's happening. It's filming right now.
The live action.
Will Smith.
I thought you were talking
Yeah.
about like the Aladdin stage show.
No. This is titled, Disney just added a new character to Aladdin.
What?
They added a new character to the movie. Disney has been making live-action versions of beloved animated classics, and perhaps none has been as closely watched or criticized as Aladdin. The latest blowback started after The Hollywood Reporter reported Tuesday that Billy Madison
Madison.
Billy Madison
had to go back to 5th grade.
Yeah, is joining the cast to play a new character that you make a wish. Is joining the cast to play a new character that was not in the 1992 animated version. Much of the scrutiny over how Disney would handle remaking Aladdin has centered around casting choices fueled by increased attention on whitewashing in Hollywood and the representation of racial minorities and women on screen. First came reports that director Guy Ritchie was hoping to snag Tom Hardy to play Jafar. I don't know who that is.
Wasn't Tom Hardy Bane in the Batman movie?
He would have been a great Jafar. Stories emerged that Ritchie and the studio were having trouble finding leads of Middle Eastern or Indian descent during a worldwide casting search, sparking skepticism among fans and critics who took such claims as preemptive excuse-making for casting white act. God, there's a conspiracy in everything. Disney avoided the likely firestorm when it cast Mina Massoud for the title role. The Egyptian-born Canadian actor, a relative newcomer, is joined by Marwan Kenzari as Jafar and Naomi Scott as Princess Jasmine. The biggest star, Will Smith, will play Genie. I don't really think that's a good idea.
I feel like this should have been a secret show article.
It's fine.
I have words.
Oh, well.
But I won't say them.
Thank you. Filmmakers previously added another new character to the live-action remake. Finally, we get to the meat of the actual article. Mara, a handmaiden and friend to Jasmine, but that didn't draw much negative attention, probably because the original Aladdin only had one notable female character, so adding another would help lessen that disparity. Plus, Mara is played by Nasim Pedrad, an Iranian-American actress, so it's fine. But the news of Magnuson's addition was met by critics on social media and some sites who viewed the movie as Disney going out of its way to add a white... I'm done with this. You guys are stupid.
I hope that there's a joke in that movie about looking into the eye of Mara.
I'm sure there's
That's
not.
all I
I don't know. I think something like that, it's, you know what? Sometimes things don't translate in live action. You can do a lot of stuff in animation that you can't, and so they had to add some. Yeah. So what? They added Tim Curry in the Congo movie. No one, I didn't like it, but it's not because they needed to cast Tim Curry.
Right.
Whatever. Here's something that goes back to our earlier conversation, Terrence. Disneyland fans gripe about Shanghai Disney's free digital Fast Pass, which costs $10 in Anaheim. Visitors at Shanghai Disney will soon get to use a smartphone app to reserve a time to visit their favorite attraction without paying. But the difference between the two is that the Disneyland app called MaxPass comes with free downloads of photos taken by park staff. See, I would give me the Fast Pass for free. I don't care about your photos.
Right. No, I agree. I do agree with that. Huh. I wonder how... See, I don't know. I don't know if the MaxPass...
I mean, look, Fast Passes are free inherently anyways.
Right.
So just make it easier for people to use it. It's fine. It doesn't... I mean, it can't really matter.
No, I understand.
But it does give you the added value is the photo thing, which is cool. Because you get one of those photos, it's like $14, $17. So like, if you like one photo out of your entire day, and on all the rides you've gone on, it kind of paid for itself.
Yeah, that is true.
Maybe. Disney is delaying the release of Star Wars Episode IX, which is what, 9?
9.
Yeah.
Walt Disney delayed the release of the 9th installment of the Star Wars saga to December 20th, 2019, after announcing on Tuesday the return of filmmaker J.J. Abrams to the franchise to write and direct the movie. Remember when he said he was done making it?
Yeah.
But
Disney
he did a good job, though.
Yeah, 7 was great.
Well, he didn't really want to come back. So Disney pushed back Star Wars from its initial May release after Abrams replaced filmmaker Colin Trevorrow, who parted ways with Disney last week, citing differing creative visions with the studio. Abrams launched Disney's reboot of Star Wars, blah, blah, blah. We already know that. Episode 9 faced creative challenges after the sudden death of Fisher, who played Princess Leia, of course. She had a central role, apparently, in the upcoming film. Oh, no, in the upcoming Last Jedi, whatever.
8, yeah.
Yeah. So more troubles, man. Every Star Wars movie now is having Han Solo's having problems. This one's having problems, and so I wonder if now this 9 is going to take place on an ice planet, and it's going to involve, you know what I mean? It's just going to be like another rehash of the second, of Empire, right?
Yeah.
Here's some more sad news. Ex Atencio, Disney animator and co-writer of the Pirates of the Caribbean theme music, dies at 98.
Old.
That's a good life, though.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Xavier X Atencio had a remarkable career with the Walt Disney Company from his early days in the 1930s, working on films like Pinocchio, to his later days working on rides like Disneyland's The Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean. But Atencio reached the end of the ride this weekend. He died on Sunday at the age of 98.
That was a terrible.
You don't say that.
No. It was pretty bad.
Say that.
Yeah. Some of you may not know when he wrote the lyrics for Yo-Ho, he had never actually written a song before. Bob Weiss, president of Walt Disney Imagineering, said in a statement, we did though, Yo-Ho is the theme song. We already know that. He simply proposed the idea of a tune for Pirates of the Caribbean, and Walt told him to go and do it. That's how X worked, with an enthusiastic, collaborative attitude, along with a great sense of humor. His brilliant work continues to inspire Imagineers and bring joy to millions of guests every year.
I wish we could have interviewed him. He seemed like such an amazing guy.
Oh my God. I didn't even know he was still alive, to be honest with you. That would have been amazing. Atencio worked as an animator through the 40s and 50s, but by the 60s, he moved to Walt Disney Imagineering to work on some of the most celebrated theme park attractions of all time. This is a quote from X. He says, I went over there reluctantly because I didn't know what I was getting into, and nobody there knew what I was supposed to do either. About a month later, I got a phone call from Walt. He told me, I want you to do the script for Pirates of the Caribbean. Atencio did a segment years ago describing the development of the Haunted Mansion. In the video, he explains the famous Pepper's Ghost illusion. He was also featured in a Disney Channel documentary about Imagineers. It's all on YouTube.
Animatronic figures soon began popping up all over Disneyland, but Walt continued to improve them, enlisting his animators, who knew more about movement than anyone. Animators like Ex Atencio.
After 27 years on the main lot over there, I trotted over here to WED, and it was kind of a shock to me. And I'd drive by the studio at night, and tears would come to my eyes. I felt, I missed the place. I'd run back every day for lunch to see the guys. But after a couple of weeks here, I got my feet wet and got an assignment. And my first job was Pirates of the Caribbean. I had never done scripts before. I'd done a lot of storyboarding and things like story work at the studio. The auction scene was the first one I did. And I sent it over to Walt. He said, yeah, that's great, fine, just keep going. What I did was got out the old Treasure Island film and read some old sea stories to try to get the feeling of the jargon, the avast there mateys and stuff like that. The thing you had to do is to get across the fact that here's some pretty raunchy old pirates chasing these ladies around, and but we could, come out and blatantly say that they were doing bad things to these ladies, that they were having fun, and they were just a bunch of fun-loving pirates.
Next was a script for the Haunted
Mansion. That's crazy. So now we know replacing the pirate, the redhead, is what sent him over the edge.
So they're
they killed
reaping
him.
His
nice job.
Yeah, way to go. I wonder if they're gonna, since he did so much work on the Haunted Mansion, I wonder if they're gonna make a headstone for him in Haunted Mansion.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
They
That'd
totally
be
should.
awesome. Yeah.
Okay, here's some more news, and then we'll get to another piece of news, and then that's it. Disney Frozen socks recalled amid fears they contain chemicals that cause cancer.
Oh shoot! Like the sun.
Like the sun. Chemicals like the sun.
I'm just saying everything.
A children's sock featuring Princess Anna of Azkaban may contain a restricted chemical.
Lead.
Trading standards have warned. The blue sock, sold in a pack with others featuring Queen Elsa and Olaf the Snowman, have been sold by fashion chain Lindex. This is from the Sun, UK, so I don't know if it's over here or not. But the banned chemical, which breaks down into carcinogenic substances, was found in one delivery of the product sparkling the recall. Anyone who's bought the socks is urged to return them to their nearest Lindex store for a full refund. Obviously, it's in the UK because it's Lindex. I've never heard of it, but we buy a lot of stuff online. So, okay, here's a great story. It ties into our run. Apparently, there was a serial bib thief. So, your bibs, like your race bibs with your number on them and stuff like that. And they say your name underneath, right? Apparently, there was a broad in L.A. for like years has been stealing bibs, race bibs, in like San Diego marathons and specifically Disney. And there's a group of runners online, of course, who've been trying to track her down.
Wait. What? How do you steal a bib?
Like
go in and
I think either she would literally snake them from people's bags, or impersonate them. So I think what they could do is, so I think she would just go and impersonate somebody and pick up the bib, or she would wait for someone to post a photo of this like on Instagram. I got my race bib, that's so great, and then she would just manufacture it.
Crazy.
Okay.
She would just duplicate it. And then go, because it just looks like a thing, Print it out, blow it up, print it out, clean it up, and there you go, race bib.
What a weird person.
What a weird thing to do.
Right.
And this was her thing. And apparently she you get a medal. You get a medal for everything. So she has a bunch of medals that she didn't pay for.
Yeah.
So check this out. This is like a whole timeline of how this went down, and I find it fascinating because it's like crowdsourced crime solving. This is Thursday, so this would have been August 30th or whatever. Someone posted this. Melissa apparently is the founder of Team Muscle Makers, whatever that is. This is her post. My bib number, and she gives the number, for the Disneyland 5K was stolen. Someone legit had my name and date of birth, printed my waiver, and forged my name. If you see anyone running with this, number on tomorrow morning, please blast them on social media. This has been handed over to Run Disney Investigations.
I had to use my ID to get mine.
Yeah, me too.
I wonder.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Maybe she just said, "Oh, I forgot it back at my hotel."
So this post made its way to the Disney group, Run Disney Run, and NTRD. Both pages are dedicated to Disney and Disney racing. Run Disney Run was instrumental in identifying the culprit in a similar instance of bib stealing that took place during the Tinkerbell Half Marathon weekend. This is crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy that people do this. Okay, there was a discussion, some theories that they identified the runner, but they don't really know. Friday, whoever Kelly sent me this photo with the comment, it kind of looks like her. So apparently they've had this lady on their radar for months now.
Right.
You can look up like Disney Run race bib stealing or whatever, and there's posts from like May with people with this photo of this lady.
Crazy.
So someone found this photo and said, I think this is the person that has your bib. They identified her by markings or whatever. They call her Patty. Is this person? There's like from the Tinkerbell Marathon. This is from our run right here with the ring and the same markings or whatever. Like they found her. They tracked her down during our race during the 5K.
Wow.
On Saturday, let's see. They contacted Run Disney. Patty apparently registered legitimately for the Double Dare, which is the 10 and the half marathons, but she stole a race bib for Saturday, maybe, or for Friday for the 5K. Apparently, on Saturday. Anyway, they found her on Saturday. They contacted the authorities. They didn't jump her, but I think someone was running behind her, videotaping the whole thing as she's like huffing through the finish line. As she gets to the finish line, she's surrounded by Disney employees and the police.
Oh man!
She's handed her medal and walks around, and they take her medal back from her and handcuff her and put her in the car.
Oh snap!
Like
Disney jail.
They legit
she's
snatched
probably
her.
banned from like any Disney race now forever.
Probably.
By Friday morning, the Instagram account, which was Patty's, went private. As far as this person is aware, no one has contacted Patty, but they say, I'm sure she saw comments on social media from people looking for the thief of the 5K bib. Likely this led to a change of plans, and she instead ran with the Disneyland race shirt because I guess she was going to dress up as something else and just decided to kind of blend in. So here's what happened, and there's a whole video and everything. It's great. Summary and aftermath. Here we go. Patty has not yet been charged with a crime relating to the stolen bibs, as reported by San Diego News 10. This is like a legit thing. An investigation into the woman's potential involvement in reports of racing bib thefts is currently ongoing. Charges could still be filed. It is not known whether she copied bibs or if those bibs were purchased or stolen. There were multiple instances of Patty running in races that she was not registered for. She does have a history of obtaining bibs that she does not own. Patty, here we go. I'll get to that later. Patty was not arrested. She was detained and escorted to her car. Supposedly, and I don't know how much this is true, she was cited for parking in a handicapped space using someone else's placard.
Goodness, does she have anything of her own?
She is just loving this forged life, dude.
She all about that.
Wow.
How are you going to run a marathon and park in a handicap spot?
Even that alone. To steal someone's bib and then someone else's... whatever.
Wow.
In someone else's car. I don't know the story.
With her, not even her feet.
Right. She stole my shoes.
I mean, I guess she got around the I don't want to pay anybody to run.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what you got to do, Bev.
Here's the best.
No.
Patty has been banned from future Run Disney races. And she also has been banned from all Disney properties.
Oh!
Whoa!
The Disney hammer came down
They're
hard on
dude.
They're for real, man. That's crazy.
Don't mess with the mouse, dude. Getting in the way of that money.
Now she's going to have to go steal someone else's identity.
But they have her photo. Like, there's no... I mean, she could probably get away with it once or twice, but there's no...
Wow.
Especially now with all the tickets, you have to take a photo and scan, except one days, I guess.
They probably have some sort of facial recognition.
I'm sure they do.
I've always wondered
Johns.
what it would take to get kicked
Did I
out
use
of
it right?
Disneyland forever.
Stealing race bibs over and over
Apparently.
again, dude. How crazy is that?
I feel like any act of supreme violence or theft.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Good job, Disney.
Bro.
I mean, good job, Patty. We wondered what would
now
what
we know.
would tip that scale, and now we know.
I mean, who wants to forge money? Just forge a bib, right?
Right.
Supposedly, Patty claimed that she purchased the bib online and that she was not the one that picked it up at the expo.
If she purchased it online, there's a paper trail.
Yep.
It's true. It's crazy, dude. That's crazy stuff. But anyway, that's Disney news, everybody.
Crazy.
We're going to do the fact of the show and get out of here. I do want to say thank you. Well, that was it, right? Are we done?
We're done.
We're done.
It's a long one.
Okay. Terrence, if you want to say something, say something. If you don't want to say something, let me finish the show.
It wasn't about you. I was saying it to Bev.
No, I know, but I just want to make sure you don't have anything left
But
to
it
say.
was about you.
Oh, you mean Terrence lies?
No.
Huh?
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on.
Thank you, everybody, for sitting through the show. If we do another run, we will let you know which one we're going to start doing, and you can go as Terrence looks really agitated right now. He's
you
really
called
agitated.
him a liar.
Well, he's lying.
I'm not lying.
He just wants to know why you guys didn't mention that you're pregnant.
Oh, that's right. Terrence's pregnant. So anyway, everybody.
Thank you.
Terrence, man, just say it.
Well, because I didn't know if you were to... I kept lobbing stuff at you. Do you think anyone with any kind of possible health condition can run a
not everybody's
Wait, but I
like...
missed that too. I was like, what are you talking
Not
about?
everyone's on your wavelength,
And
Bray.
maybe, I don't know, maybe can two people run at the same time,
thought you
one
were-
of which being in the other person's
It
uterus?
makes much better
Like that?
radio if you call it out instead of subtly hint and
sorry.
then pull faces.
It's not
like I
my,
just- like
it's
I
not
just did.
my news. It's not my news to broadcast.
Maybe.
Congratulations.
Like I did
Yes.
that.
We are having a baby.
That's right. In March.
In
And Taryn
March.
ran the
And I did
5K.
run the 5K pregnant.
But the doctor said it was fine.
Doctor
so
said it was
you
fine,
don't get
and
a
it
different
was
medal
fine.
for that. They should give you a different medal for that.
I should get all the medals.
Get
I
two
should get 5
medals.
medals for that.
Take my
Five?
medal.
How many
Yes.
kids you got in there?
Jeremy
5
shipped Taryn her
medals.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. Oh, no, we're going to do the fact of the show. The famous plaque that adorns the tunnel to the right of the Disneyland entrance, "Here you leave today and enter the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy," has been quoted many times on terrible shirts from people on Etsy the world around. It may seem like a relic of opening day. However, the plaque was not in place when the park opened its doors. In fact, nobody knows exactly when it was hung up, just that it was sent to Walt before opening day, pending his approval, but was just not put out in time. don't know, not a mind-blowing fact, but
a fact.
kind of interesting nonetheless.
That's why I always go to the right. I like seeing that.
Nobody knows when it was put up. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you in the parks. Oh, my music stopped. Lame. I hate ending.
Now it's just awkward.
Now it's weird. Now I have to start the show all over again.
Cricket sound.
Yeah. Cricket. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot.